Here we are with our 1-week-old mini Labradoodle puppies from Van Isle Labradoodles, and this is our update video for the much anticipated litter. Today's video we're going to go through each of the puppies and give you an update on their weight, what they've been up to over the past week, which will be mostly a general litter update. We'll give you a little update on Holly and how she's doing, and just let you know what to expect in the coming weeks. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Doodles, and today we are talking about these beautiful large mini Labradoodle puppies that Holly and Trip gave us a week ago today. Now, Holly's doing really well in terms of caring for her puppies. She's a pretty good mom. She looks after them nicely. The only thing going on with Holly right now is she's decided she doesn't want to eat. So this is not good for Holly's health or for the puppies. So that means we have to actually make her eat. Now, if you hear some noises in the background with today's video, that's because our other litter that was just born 24 hours ago, that is our southern neighbor litter with Austin, they're in this room. This is their maternity ward. So you may hear some little baby puppy sounds from time to time during this video. So getting back to Holly, because she won't eat, that means we have to actually feed her. Take the food, put it down to the back of her throat, and hold her mouth closed gently like this so that she will actually swallow it. And why is she not eating? Oftentimes girls go off of their food at about day 4 or 5. Lots of hormonal shifts and changes, and sometimes they just decide they're not going to eat. Usually they'll eat out of your hand though and just be a little bit fussy. Holly's being just particularly difficult about it, but that's all right. We just work with her and we try to make it as pleasant as possible as it can be for her. And you'll see her face is a little bit wet right now, and that's because when we do feed her this way, we tend to get quite a bit of food over in her beard and mustache, so we give her a bit of a face wash from time to time to keep her a bit clean. Now, Holly and the puppies were all wormed this past week. We had a couple of puppies who were having a little bit of a loose stool, and generally that means that the worms are bothering them. So we decided that we would worm everybody a little bit earlier than what we normally do. Now, one thing that most people aren't aware of is that all female dogs are born with a dormant worm, and every single female dog has this dormant worm in their system. The worms don't become active and come to life unless a girl becomes pregnant. So that's why all puppies are born with worms and why we worm the puppies. So normally our schedule is at 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks that we worm them. But whenever we have any issues like this, then we start a little earlier. So then it's 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 weeks that we worm them at. So there's one other wormer. And the wormer we use at the beginning is a very, very gentle one. So that's why you can use it when the puppies are so young. And then the very last one is a different brand, because you want to make sure you've covered the full spectrum of all the worms, and that not only the worms that exist, but any of their eggs and any larvae have also been addressed. So that's our process with that. Oh, Holly's got her sight set on something over there. She can smell something probably over in Austin's area. So she's just going to go have a little look maybe. So the puppies themselves are all doing well. They didn't have any serious ill effects from the worming, and you can see how they're all right now frantically searching to find out, hey, wait a minute, where did the milk bar go? How come all of a sudden I was having a nice snack and now it's all gone? So right now the puppies, the only things they do is eat and sleep, and all they're concerned about is being warm, being fed, and having a nice place to sleep. So they still can't see, they can't hear, they still are unable to go to the bathroom by themselves, and they're still not able to regulate their body temperatures. We have turned the heat down in Holly's maternity ward by 1 degree, so now they are in 22-degree temperature in the room, which is more comfortable for Holly, and the puppies are nice and healthy, and so they're well able to stay warm at that temperature. Being warm is critical to a puppy's survival and good health. So we're going to go through each of the puppies now, and we'll do them in birth order as always. And the first one in this litter is a light blue color. Just happens to be right at the front there. Hello, baby. Now, light blue collar is a beautiful chocolate phantom, and he is a boy, I believe. Yes, he is. He's a boy. Hello, sweetheart. So he can't hear me, but we still talk to him because he can feel all of the vibrations my voice makes in my chest. He also knows who I am now. He recognizes my scent as well as Reynolds and Taylor's. Taylor does a lot of the feeding of Holly, and Taylor is in with the puppies regularly, always hoping that maybe I've got something for him to eat, which I don't. And Mr. Light Blue Collar now is 327 grams. So this is a good weight gain for him. He was 207 when he was born, so he's gained 120. We ideally like to see them double their weight by the time they're 2 weeks old, so he's making really good progress in that direction. We weigh the puppies every day now. We don't weigh them multiple times during the day anymore, as they're perfectly fine. So that's little Mr. Light Blue Collar, our little chocolate phantom, and he is just doing great. He's a really nice little puppy. Hey, buddy. Next on our list is Purple Collar. And Purple Collar is this very pretty extreme party, and Purple Collar is a girl. So she is a caramel party, although you can't see too much color on her right now. The caramel color will develop over time because the caramel is very, very light to start with. So it looks like they're almost totally white, but she actually has color up here around her ear, over by her head here, this part of her head here, and over towards this part of her ear. And she also has a spot of caramel on her back here. And then she has quite a bit of color right at the base of her tail. Her tail's going to be really, really pretty when she gets older. And she's got a really nice way it goes with the dark here and the lighter there. It's really quite unique and very pretty. And Miss Purple Collar, yes, Miss Purple Collar, Holly's going to come and give her a little bit of a bath. Miss Purple Collar now weighs, excuse me, Holly, I can't quite see the weight here, 265 grams. So she was 197 grams when she was born, so she's doing quite nicely as well. She was one of the smallest puppies when she was born, so she's doing a good job with her weight gain there. If you want to wash her, how about you come over here where they all are? Wouldn't that be easier? Hey, Holly, want to come over here? Yeah, come see the babies. That's a good girl. There we go. Yeah. So this is the first time the babies have been moved, and so Holly's a little bit unsure of what to think or what to expect when they aren't in the normal spot. So the next puppy on our list here is Blue Collar. And Blue Collar is right over here. And Blue Collar is a girl, and she's a chocolate party. So this girl is different from the Purple Collar in that she's not an extreme party because she has lots and lots of the color on her body here. So she's not mostly white. She's just as much dark as she is white. So she's got lots and lots of color all over her body, and then she's got this beautiful symmetrical markings on her head. Hey, it's okay. You don't need to dig up the bed. There we go. There we go. And Blue Collar is now 288 grams. She was 203 grams when she was born, so she's coming along not too bad. She's a little bit of a more retiring type of girl. So if there's competition for a spot at the milk bar, she's the one who will tend to just wait until an opportunity presents itself rather than going and seeking a spot out. She's a very, very gentle kind of little girl so far. So that's our Blue Collar girl. Here you go, Holly. You can see this one too if you like. Keep track of them all. Next on our list is Orange Collar. And Orange Collar is also a girl. Hello, baby. And Orange Collar is one of the black puppies. Hey, sweetheart. Hey. So Orange Collar, we're not exactly sure yet whether she's just a weakly marked phantom or she's a sable. Holly does have sable in her pedigree, so it's possible. Because you can see that the tan points here for the phantom pattern are very weak. You don't see them much. She doesn't really have color on the side of her face. She doesn't have the chits. And she does have the markings on her vent. And very, you know, she doesn't want to show me her leg. A little bit on her hind legs, but not so much. And she doesn't have any on her chest. So she's perhaps just a very weakly marked sable. or phantom rather, or she's maybe a sable. Now, one of the things we're doing with the puppies right now is their early neurological stimulation. So each day we do something very brief with them for just a few seconds. And that will be something as simple as we just put them over onto their back like this, just for a second, touch their tummy, and then that's it. And the reason for that is to just give them something in their day that's unexpected, a stressor if you will. And we make sure that it's a positive experience, that they're not afraid of it, that it's something that they have locked into their memory right from the very beginning, that something different, unexpected is not something bad. So we find that it does help the puppies be calmer and much more adventuresome and inquisitive rather than fearful as they get older. So Miss Orange Collar Girl, she was also, she was tied with Purple for the smallest in the litter at 197 grams. And Orange now weighs 316. So she has pulled quite a ways ahead of Purple Collar Girl. And this is why I'm always saying that just because a puppy's birth weight makes them either the largest or the smallest in the litter, it doesn't mean anything as time goes on, because they will all gain weight at a different rate. So this little one is gaining quite nicely. She's really pulling ahead there. So she's obviously an easy keeper, if you will. So that's our little Orange Collar Girl. There you go, sweetie. Put you back down there. Next is Green Collar. And Green Collar's over here hiding underneath Red. There we go. Come on, sweetheart. There we go. And Green Collar is also a chocolate phantom, and she is, as you can see, much more marked than the last puppy. So you can clearly see that she has her copper 10 points down here. She has the traditional phantom markings across her chest there, along the side of her face, and she has the chits above her eyebrows as well. And then she has much more markings on her hind legs up to her thighs there. And on her vent, you can really see the difference in color. So Miss Green Collar Girl, she was 220 pounds, or not 220 pounds, no, that'd be a bit big. She was 220 grams when she was born, and now she's 356 grams. So she's doing really nicely. I'm really proud of her with her weight gain. It's a very good progression that she's doing. Very nice job. And then one of the other things we do with the puppy every day now too is we handle their feet. We start doing this right after they're about 36 hours old. And we'll go through every one of their toes and in between the pad in the middle here and just touch all 4 feet at least once a day. Usually I do it every time I'm in with them, even if I'm just in for a second to pop in and make sure everything's all right, or if it's one of my times when I'm in with them longer, I'll go through all of their paws and I'll do this each time. And the reason for that is to help to desensitize them to having their feet touched. Just like people, their little feet and their toes can be ticklish, and they can not always necessarily enjoy being handled that way. So it's important right from the get-go that they're used to that being touched. Also, we will start clipping their nails very soon. Indeed, it will be right after this video that I do these ones, because already they're quite sharp. And if you're Holly and your puppy's nursing, you don't really enjoy the feeling of those sharp claws on you. Not comfy for mommy. No, not comfy for mommy. And so that is our little pretty Green Collar Girl. And next we have Yellow Collar. Excuse me. Where's Yellow Collar? Here we go. Underneath Red. Everybody's underneath you, Red. Yeah. Here we go, Yellow. And Yellow is the other black puppy in this litter. Yellow is a boy, and he's a beautifully marked phantom. Oh, Tolly's got to come and give him a great big cleanup. Just make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong and getting our puppies dirty. No, we wouldn't want to get our puppies dirty, would we, Holly? So you can see with him, he has the really nice, obvious phantom markings on his legs there. His eyebrow chits really show up because, of course, against the black, those are quite predominant. And you can see he's got some little white on his chest here. And if I remember rightly, he's the one. Can I just see your foot there? See? Just see. Oh, he's not going to show me his foot. Anyways, he has a really cool little swirl on his foot there. And then on the back here, there we go. You can see a little bit here on how he's got sort of a little line there. On his back legs, you can see his markings quite nicely, and then he has those adorable little dip toes that are cute and white, and then under his vent as well. So this is a good opportunity. We just turn him upside down for his little time upside down, give him a little belly rub, and you can see already he's really relaxed in this position. He doesn't even find this to be something that's unusual anymore. He's had it done so many times. But you can see on the underneath of his leg there how he's got really cool markings there. He's a very handsome boy, yes. And then he has this adorable little white goatee. And that comes from his mama, or his grandma rather, from his, actually it's his great grandma, Bijou. Spirit is his grandma. This is Spirit's first litter of grandchildren. Now, Mr. Yellow Collar, sorry buddy, he was 237 when he was born, and now he's 306. So he's coming along really nicely too, just doing a great job. And especially on the black puppies, you can really see the gorgeous gleam and the nice shine on their coats. Excellent sign of really good health. And that's thanks to Mama Holly. After Yellow, we've got Brown Collar. Hello, Brown. Brown Collar is a girl, and she is the other extreme party. Now, Brown Collar has a little bit of interesting color on her today, which you'll find right here on her head. And that's because one of the other puppies pooped on top of her. She was at the bottom of the pile. So she's had a little bit of a wash up, but we don't like to get the puppies actually wet when they're this young, because that would be a little bit unhealthy for them, as they can't, we're not going to blow them dry or anything. And if they're wet, then they're going to be cold. And as I said, being cold is one of the worst things that can happen for a puppy. So we're just going to leave Miss Brown Collar with her little bit of different coloring there. So she's an extreme party because most of her is white, and she has no color at all on the base of her tail or her body. All of her color is situated right here in one little bit of her ear. So she's basically a white dog. Now, white Labradoodles are not that common, but they are so adorable. If you look through some of our other playlists, and you'll see Vanny, and indeed the puppy we just kept back from our last litter, whose name is Belle, they are all extreme parties, and they're just so cute. They just have the cutest way about them when they're white, and then have this little touch of color on them. And their little white eyelashes are something to behold, yes. So Miss Brown Collar, she was 227 grams when she was born, and now she's 275. So she hasn't gained a ton. She is one of the puppies who did have a pretty upset stomach and some bad diarrhea from the worms. So she did lose weight around the 20th it was, when she wasn't feeling well. She lost some weight, and so now she's gaining it all back, and she's doing really well again. And that doesn't have any long-term lasting impact on her at all. It just means that she was the one who had really a case of worms that really just bothered her so much. Yes. And you can see inside her ear here is so cute. Inside you see the little darkness too. Oh, she's just going to be so pretty when she grows up, and doesn't have the poop coloring on her. That's not really what any of us like. And last but not least is Red Collar Girl. This little girl is also a chocolate phantom. Hi. Hi. Now the reason we have chocolates and blacks is because Holly is black, aren't you? Yes. Holly is black, and she also has sable in her because her Papa Ombre is a chocolate sable. So she's able to produce chocolate colored puppies, and she has sable, which changes her color a bit. So when you look at Holly, she actually is almost a silvery kind of color, and that's where the sable comes in. And that's why some of these puppies have sable, because of their Grandpa Ombre. And Trip is the daddy of this litter, and Trip is a chocolate. So because Holly can have chocolates, and because Trip is a chocolate, that's why we get chocolates even though Holly herself is black. That's right, isn't it? So this little lady is the other chocolate phantom in the litter. And again, you can see she has very nice, strong phantom markings, especially her side face ones here. Those are really predominant. Very nice. And her chits are really, really clear. I think she has the biggest chits out of everybody. And then across her chest, she has her beautiful markings. And then you can see them down again on her leg. She even has a little bit more going over on the thigh here. And under her vent is there. And we'll turn her upside down too for her little tummy rub time. And you can see she's really not too fussed about it. And you can also get a glimpse of her little tiny whiteness in underneath her foot there. So that's a sign that probably she's going to carry for partying. I suspect so, yes. And Miss Red Collar Girl, she was 212 grams when she was born, and now she's 334. So she's really done a big gain. I didn't actually work out before we started the video who had gained the most, but it seems to me that likely she might be the one that has, but definitely she's doing a really good job in the weight gain department. This little one is the puppy that we call the Communicator, because if there's something going on or if there's something she wants, yeah, we know about it. She doesn't hesitate to speak up and let everybody know just exactly what is wrong if she doesn't think the situation is quite right. If she's looking for Holly because she hasn't been around for longer than Miss Red thinks, or for a period of time Miss Red thinks is too long, she will start complaining and making a fuss. And if ever she's separated from the rest of the group and can't find her way back, oh well, my goodness, that doesn't last long, because she certainly lets us all know about that. Brown Collar also is quite a talker. Brown Collar is more of a help, 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 whereas Red Collar is, hey, come over here and look after me. So you can already see little bits of temperament showing up just from the different ways that they make their cries and make their sounds and what they do. Same as how they do or do not fight for a spot at the milk bar. So that's the puppies for this week. Now next week, when we do our 2-week update, chances are we're going to see some, if not all, of their eyes opening up. That's I think, a really exciting time, because it's almost like they're being reborn. Until they can see and hear, they're just little tiny little infants. And then once they can see, you get a little bit more connection with them, because as people, we rely so much on communicating with our eyes. And then once they can hear, then we can start to communicate with them so they recognize our voice, they know our happy sound, and there are, hey, puppies, and our, hey, what are you doing sounds. And we get a whole different range of experiences that we get to go through with the puppies. So the things they'll be doing this week is having their nails cut. They will get wormed again just before we, no, they won't next week because we did the 1-week one. They'll get wormed the week afterwards. They'll continue to do their early neurological stimulation. They're spending time with Reynolds, myself, and with Taylor each day. So they're learning that there's different people, different scents. They're getting more adapted to a slightly lower temperature, and they will start fanning out a little bit and starting to have some regulation in their bodies, and they may even start having a couple of poops and pees on their own. So we hope you enjoyed this update video for these mini Labradoodle puppies, these large mini Labradoodle puppies from Van Isle Doodles. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to put them in the comments section below here. And if you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed. You'll see not only Holly's update, litter update videos, but we also have MJ's litter and Austin's litter. So we have lots of video action going on right now. And even later today will be the allocation litter for allocation video rather for Ripple's litter. So lots and lots of fun things happening around here. There's 33 puppies in the house, so it's a lot of puppy heaven happening around at Van Isle Doodles. And thanks so much for watching. Hey Holly, hey, you want to come over here to say hi? There, what are the babies doing? Hey, what are the babies doing? Oh, look at your beautiful babies, Holly. What a good mama, Holly.